turn a little bit more, just a tiny bit.
All right, stand by the floor. In 3, 2, 1. Ricky.
The League of Women Voters struggles that lead to homelessness to an online computer program.
Community Garden continues to deliver more than 100,000
Training now, the next.
This is Arizona Cat's Eye.
Welcome to Arizona Cat's Eye. I'm Anna Augustowska.
And I'm Carol Ann Scott. Arizona Cat's Eye is a University of Arizona School of Journalism news broadcast.
We bring you student-produced stories from Tucson and the surrounding communities. This winter, about 1,800 students received their bachelor's degree from the U of A, but many of them are worried about their futures. Arizona Cat's Eye reporter Wes Wilkins talked to recent graduates about the challenge of finding a job.
College graduation, a sense of relief, accomplishment, and enjoyment. Now what? For most graduates, the real world begins to tighten a chokehold on their career.
I needed to find something.
Lindsay has been unemployed for 4 months since graduating in May from the University of Arizona.
For the past couple months, I've been having trouble getting interviews and just looking for something in my field.
This is the familiar tune sung by many college graduates. A recent study shows that half of college graduates are either underemployed or worse, unemployed.
The old adage, graduate college and get a good paying job. That's no longer a guarantee. Today's college graduates have to be adaptable.
It's not too bad that you're not working within your degree. I think that's part of undergraduate is to become flexible and essentially get yourself ready for a career field.
Students like Delic tackled the recent career day held here at the University of Arizona, where prospective employees took the opportunity to shine in front of 181 different employers from around the nation. Career Services Marketing and Special Events Manager Susan Miller-Penny is witness to the recent trend of difficulties for college graduates.
I think that there may be a disconnect as far as expectations, possibly. Students graduating from college, of course you're hopeful that you'll step immediately into a wonderful experience, and sometimes you have to work your way up.
With graduates balancing the pursuit of their career dream and the reality of paying the rent, employers are echoing the same type of message.
If you're that passionate about it, then you should definitely try to pursue that. But I would also recommend for all new college graduates to keep their eyes open and maybe look at other opportunities that are out there.
For graduates like Lindsay Middlestat, the search goes on.
But I'm still working at it.
And her advice to fellow unemployed graduates?
Look for internships. Internships are the key to finding something that you want to do.
For Arizona Cat's Eye, I'm Wes Wilkins.
Recent events, such as the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary, have raised concern for the safety of children. I talked to local school officials about what they are doing to keep kids safe. School is a time to learn and play, but school children are vulnerable to outside threats. First Southern Christian School Principal Carolyn Berger says that safety has always been a priority.
We've had our security system in plan for several years, and with some of the things that have been happening over the last few years with the shootings at the schools, we really haven't had to step anything up.
At First Southern Christian School, security is tight. All doors are locked, and any visitors or guests coming onto campus must first ring the doorbell, identify themselves, and then they may or may not be let in. Hello? Hi, I have an appointment with Carolyn Berger. Come on in.
Amphitheater School District official Todd Yeager says their schools are constantly working to improve their security systems.
Not all of our campuses are closed, but knowing that that's one of the key components of a safe school environment, we're moving towards campuses that are not necessarily closed but controlled.
First grade teacher at Prince Elementary, Monica Prochi, says why it is important for students to feel safe at school.
Children can't learn if they don't feel that they're safe.
Up-to-date security measures can ease the anxiety of parents.
I don't have any worries when I drop my child off here that she's going to be here when I get back and that this school isn't going to be on the news because of a school shooting.
Their methods may vary, but all the schools have the same goal, keeping children safe.
We know that millions of Americans are homeless, and many different problems cause homelessness. I visited a Tucson men's shelter to find out more.
I need Lawrence Warren, bed 85, to the office for orientation.
Around 100 homeless men find a temporary home at Primavera Men's Shelter. They come here from different walks of life.
Nobody starts off life saying, when I grow up, I want to be homeless. It's something that happens through circumstances, and that's what we're here to help with.
Daniel Allen is 21. He's been homeless for 3 weeks. He said he had no other choice but to come here.
My parents decided to hit me when I was staying with them, and I defended myself, and I wound up getting in trouble. I wound up being kicked out of the house and restraining ordered to stay away from him.
Yeah, that's
Jose Buc has also been living in a shelter for 3 weeks. Although unemployed, at the shelter, he found himself a job.
Well, I'm the hygiene guy. I help all the other guys, get cleaned up and give them the stuff they need for showers, and gives me something to do, makes me feel like I earned my bed for the night.
Jose suffers from bipolar disorder. He said in his case, it was a series of events that led him to become homeless.
Not being able to hold a job for too long of a time because of my outburst or, anger issues. Finding the right medication has been a big hassle and a big chore to keep me my mind right. I've never been in a situation like this. I had to be in a shelter. This is my first time.
Robert Mosley had a job, but 2 years ago he lost it. Since then, he's been living in shelters. He says every year there are more people who become homeless.
Listening to the other guys talk, 5 or 6 years ago, this place was half empty. And today it's full almost every day. So I think the problem is growing, and until we get our economy turned around and get our country running right again, I think we're going to have this problem.
Back in January, Del Rio found himself homeless. Today at the Primavera shelter, he helps others get back on their feet.
Many of us that work here have been homeless at one time or another, myself included. This is only the second job I've really enjoyed since being home from the military. And so now I do look at it like I'm a different kind of soldier now.
There is no simple answer to why people become homeless. Some are victims of the economy, some suffer from mental illnesses, and others just weren't lucky in life. And those are only a few of almost 2 million homeless people in the United States.
Marana was once known for its cotton farming, but now as the town grows, land for agriculture is shrinking. Arizona Cat's Eye reporter Kenzie Fowler has the story.
Arnold Burrell has been a cotton farmer for 28 years. He farms with his son on 5,000 acres of land out in Marana.
This is 9 months of our effort. This is 9 months of our life right here. We've cared for it just like if we were pregnant ourselves.
If you drive out to Marana, you can't help but see miles and miles of farming land. Marana Mayor Ed Honey says change is coming.
Cotton is still a major crop here, but it's starting to be secondary to a lot of other things that are happening in the community.
Farming land like this has been sold, and in the future could be more housing developments. The Gladden family was one of the first to sell a large block of land in Marana, more than 900 acres. Gladden Farms is a new housing development that was built on premium cotton farmland.
Company came in and offered us to buy the whole farm. We got an offer that we couldn't refuse.
Mayor Honey has seen a trend, with the small family farmers selling their land.
Most of the farm interests now realize that someday they're going to get a lot of money for their farmland. And if you have a couple hundred acres and you can sell it for millions of dollars, that's a pretty nice retirement.
Burrell owns about 2,500 acres of land in Marana. He knows that selling the land is possible in the future.
We're attached to the land, obviously, but we're businessmen. And obviously, if the offer was, like they say, too good to turn down, yeah, we would definitely consider it.
Marana is the third fastest growing town in Arizona, and Honey says the farming land is reaching new heights in value.
Do I think in the next 20 or 30 years that most of the cotton farming in North Marana will be gone? Yes. And like Arnold Burrell said, I don't care how much you love farming, you can't afford not to take it.
Because of the perfect climate, the premium cottonseed is found in Marana, and Burrell knows that.
If it was in the world's best interest, in our nation's best interest, that I keep farming it, I would farm in perpetuity, and so would my family, because everybody's got to eat and everybody's got to clothe themselves. So if we're needed, we'll do our part.
Gladden hopes that not all the farmland is sold.
You're going to have farmland to grow the crops that people survive on. But some people don't even realize where a shirt comes from or a pair of Levi's.
For now, Burrell will continue to farm and prepare for next year's crop.
And hopefully we'll be here again to do it next year and the year after that.
For Arizona Cat's Eye, I'm Kenzie Fowler.
Coming up next on Arizona Cat's Eye, we'll show you how Mobile Meals of Tucson is changing lives.
And later in the broadcast, we will tell you how one woman recovered from depression in a unique way. Limited to just fans. Must wear a lab coat, a hairnet.
What happens to these flying beasts?
On campus is to have your phone.
It all starts right here at Tucson Medical Center. It's taking a huge effort.
The West is a full-service needlework shop in Tucson. It's a nonprofit run by volunteers.
We're really out and committed to make this the best that we can do it. And so we grant anywhere from $80,000 to $100,000 a year.
The West not only serves as a granting organization, it offers needlework classes for the public. A longtime student, Marjorie Jordan, who suffers from macular degeneration, gets supports at the West to continue stitching.
I am now legally blind, and it's slow moving, and it's the social aspect of coming and being with friends and stitching and doing something I love. There's no limits, that's right. If there's a will, there's a way.
To find out more about the West, visit azcatseye.com. The West supports many local organizations, including Mobile Meals.
Mobile Meals delivered more than 100,000 meals in 2013. Reporter Ashley Neville met one Tucson man who relies on this service.
Every afternoon, Cecil Nazer waits for a special delivery. You can find him watching television, doing a word find, or working on a jigsaw puzzle. 80-year-old Nazer has been living alone for 15 years now. He has arthritis and other medical problems. Cooking has become challenging for him. Without Mobile Meals,
probably go hungry.
Mobile Meals of Tucson is a nonprofit organization that delivers 480 meals to 240 people every day. Executive Director Priscilla Altuna says that this program is unique because it serves all adults.
The eligibility criteria is that they are unable to cook or shop for themselves.
This program lets clients stay living independently by providing healthy food.
Each meal is made specifically, diet specific for the client.
Before Mobile Meals, Nazer found it difficult to eat healthy.
Well, I wasn't eating a balanced diet.
It all starts right here at Tucson Medical Center. Cafeteria workers prepare the food using an assembly line. The food is then put in an insulated meal tray to keep the food warm. Then, volunteers such as Tom Ursum meet at the hospital to pick up the food for delivery. Tom Ursum knows firsthand how meaningful a program like this is.
I've been in a motorcycle wreck and I've had some problems. You know, I've been to where I needed help, so I wanted to give back.
Mobile Meals strives to keep people in their homes for as long as possible.
The ability to age in place, to live at home, while you're still physically able to stay there, is so important to individuals.
Well, it sure made life easier for me. No cooking, and just thankful for Mobile Meals.
For Arizona Cat's Eye, I'm Ashley Neville.
Tucson has been home to community gardens for more than 20 years. These gardens benefit people in different ways. Arizona Cat's Eye reporter Shay Sorensen is here with the story of one woman's experience. Shay?
Thanks, Carol Ann. In a split second, one woman's life changed forever. When it seemed like the end for her, Lorraine Barnes found her way out.
Imagine having chronic pain,
vertigo, and insomnia at the same time.
So I actually ended up not being able to really smile, talk, cry, sing, anything, express any emotion at all. So I was extremely locked inside my body.
All of this was a result of a concussion, except the cause wasn't a sports injury or a car accident. Lorraine Barnes dropped something in her home, and on her way up, she hit her head. Lorraine has been suffering from post-concussive syndrome, which is a concussion that won't go away. She whiplashed her neck as well, which pinched a nerve that is the cause of sensation to the face. This is called trigeminal neuralgia.
Both the conditions that I had are known to be suicide conditions, and I had two at once.
Before the accident, Lorraine's husband, Doug Merkel, said she was peaking in her life.
She was incredibly athletic. She was playing tennis, she was running a lot, she was trail running. Then she just went downhill.
For 6 months, Lorraine had shut everything out, but at this point she also found something that would save her life.
Just walking over here and seeing my seedlings coming up and all that, it brought me back to life, really. So I've been committed to it ever since.
Therapist Maureen Maxson says a community garden can help people reconnect.
It's very important for when we are depressed, usually we disengage from other people, from our friends, from our relatives, from what we love in life. So it's very important to engage in something that you have passion about.
So it seems like Lorraine's an inspiration now to other gardeners.
Yeah, it was like something that finally gave me something to be excited about, something to live for, something to try to make it through one more day for.
It has been 3 years since Lorraine's accident, and the community garden continues to inspire her while she inspires others. Reporting for Arizona Cat's Eye, I'm Shay Sorensen.
Downtown Tucson has more than 50 restaurants. One in particular, Cafe 54, stands out because it's a cafe with a cause. I went there to find out more. Located in Tucson's Art District, Cafe 54 opens for lunch 5 days a week. But its mission goes far beyond that.
Cafe 54 is a training program for individuals that are diagnosed with mental illness. It's really a place where individuals can come and get work skills in an environment that meets them where they're at in their recovery.
Trainees hold various positions in both the back and the front of the restaurant. Paris came to the program 9 months ago. He suffers from traumatic brain disorder. At the cafe, he's a dishwasher. He says the program gives him the confidence to get back into the workforce and into society.
It helps me because it makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something with my life, doing something worthwhile instead of not doing anything.
Cafe 54 hopes this program will help reduce the stigma associated with mental illness.
Coming up next on Arizona Cat's Eye, we will meet a modern Arizona cowboy.
And forget Disneyland, we'll show you why Udall Park was the happiest place on earth for children and their brand new families.
Keep up with Arizona Cat's Eye on social media.
Follow us on Twitter at Arizona Cat's Eye and like our Facebook page for updates on the latest stories and behind-the-scenes information. You can also visit our website at azcatseye.com for more in-depth stories reported, written, and produced by up-and-coming journalists. We'll see you online. Now back to the studio.
Tucson has always been a part of the Old West and continues to be the home of cowboys. Modern cowboys may look a little different, but they still live here in the Southwest. I met a local cowboy, Mel Potter, and talked to him about his horse breeding business. Mel Potter has been in the business of being a cowboy for over 60 years. He now lives in Marana, but says he got his start in Tucson.
Kind of just went to the Tucson rodeo and thought that looked kind of fun to do and just started doing it. Picked up a bad habit.
As a businessman, he has never relied on his horses as his main source of income.
Horse business is kind of like roping. If you can break even, you've done a heck of a job.
His real business is growing cranberries in Wisconsin. But as a horseman, his goal has been to produce horses closely related to the American Quarter Horse Hall of Fame inductee, Driftwood.
I just wanted to kind of reincarnate old Driftwood, and make sure that his blood didn't disappear off the face of the earth, at least while I was around.
Potter's grandson, Ryan Alexander, appreciates his family's well-bred horses.
You know, when I grew up, I always kind of had good horses and almost took it just for granted. And then when you go and you get on someone else's or you mount out, all of a sudden you realize my horse is that much of an asset to me.
The success of Potter Ranch can be found where the breeding program meets the rodeo arena. Partnered with professional rodeo athletes, Potter Ranch horses have won more than $4 million.
We've had a lot of success with people riding these horses that we've raised.
Raising horses and competing in rodeos has been a family affair for the Potters. The whole family competes, and his daughter Sherry is a multiple-time world champion. Sherry talks about what it's like to be successful on her family's horses.
I mean, it's very rewarding to see that your breeding program and stuff that you believe in and want to be successful on actually is.
The Potters breeding program currently includes 3 available stallions and multiple mares in full. For Arizona Cat's Eye, I'm Carol Ann Scott.
Technology is constantly changing. Now, it's changing our schools. Arizona Cat's Eye reporter Kenzie Fowler is here to tell us more. Kenzie?
Thanks, Anna. New digital programs are creating future possibilities for learning in the classroom. The science program at St. Gregory Middle School is changing the focus from textbooks to an online computer program.
We're at the beginning of something that's very cool. I mean, this truly is 21st century learning at its best.
The science program at St. Gregory Middle School is changing the focus from textbooks to an online computer program. eScience 3000 is an online textbook that students can use individually. Science teacher Bonnie Miller is only 6 weeks into the program.
I like it a lot so far. It's taking some getting used to. I think there's a period of adjustment for kids in particular, but I think this is a really worthwhile program because it enables them to deal with the kinds of reading that they will do more and more as they get older and ultimately are college students. But I think what this has done is taken a textbook and raised it up to the next level.
Rain that has become more acidic than normal due to pollution.
Before each class can start using eScience 3000, each student must take a leveling test. The program then delivers the lessons at a reading level that is individualized for each student.
Previously, either you had a textbook at one reading level, and some of the kids really couldn't understand what they were reading, while others were bored because it was well below their reading level. And now we can hit everybody where they are, and I think that's fantastic.
St. Gregory will use the program throughout the year, and then we'll examine the long-term results. The Vail School District has stopped buying new textbooks and has used a program called Beyond Textbooks for 5 years. The digital program lets teachers search for a variety of lesson plans and resources to teach in new, effective ways. Social studies teacher Tom Iveson loves the benefits.
I can go to Beyond Textbooks and find something I never even thought of that's ready and waiting to go, or I can modify it to fit my needs. It's real handy if there's something that I need help with, hundreds of resources available.
Executive Director of Beyond Textbooks, Kevin Carney, wants the teachers to have unlimited resources.
There are so many resources available to teachers that we shouldn't be beholden to just this textbook. We should say, what are all the different resources I can use to help my students learn?
Teachers can upload to Beyond Textbooks as well to share what has worked for them.
I get to share my treasures that I know work for me, so I like that kind of back and forth. It's not just take, it's give and take.
Carney says Beyond Textbooks has helped Vail reach the #1 school district ranking for multiple years and has changed the way students are learning.
So kids get excited when they can learn in ways such as going into an interactive website. That's something they're used to, and so when they come to school, oftentimes they're told, let's break out the textbook. They go, how boring is that, right? So I think kids get more excited because it's novel and it's what they're used to and it's what they like.
With 80 school districts in Arizona already using Beyond Textbooks, this could be a glimpse of the future. For Arizona Cat's Eye, I'm Kenzie Fowler.
Anyone can run the Bisbee 1000. All it takes is a pair of tennis shoes and an entry fee. This year, I ran the stairs with more than 20,000 participants. One day a year, Bisbee, a historic mining town in Cochise County, welcomes sports fans from all over the country. Contestants arrive as early as 6 o'clock in the morning. They pick up their tag, number, and t-shirt.
We started training a couple months ago at the high school, running stairs and doing the track. We feel like we're ready. We're not going to race it, we're just going to walk.
However you choose to do it, these are the last minutes before the countdown.
The Bisbee 1000 is a celebration of health. People use it to kickstart.
3, 2, 1,
because it's a unique physical fitness challenge because of the altitude and the stairs. And it's 1,032 stairs on a 4.5-mile figure-8 course that has roadways connecting those stairs. And so you're running up the mountainside on stairs and you're running down the mountainsides on roadways.
For some, this event is personal.
Well, I had promised my wife that I would finish. I've done this before and I finished it. And then before she passed, I told her I'd like to do it again. And she said, go, Vincent. I've tried a couple times before and I didn't make it, so I'm trying it again. We'll build a stairway to paradise.
83-year-old Vincent is the oldest contestant at the 23rd annual event. He finishes the race in less than 3 hours. And the route is not that easy. It includes 9 staircases with some as high as a 13-story building. And after the 1,000 stair climb, some run the Iveson competition. Entrants race up 155 stairs, carrying a 10-pound block of ice. This way they honor times before the invention of the refrigerator. If you want to start training now, the next Bisbee stair climb is October 18th.
Each year in Tucson, there's a celebration to formally welcome adopted children into their new families. This year, nearly 100 children got new homes. Arizona Cat's Eye reporter Jackie Kent has more from Udall Park.
10-year-old Benjamin has spent the last 2 years in foster care, but on a Saturday morning, he'll finally have a new family.
I'm getting adopted.
Love you.
Yeah, buddy.
Mark and Eileen Brumfield are adopting Benjamin.
My husband Mark was adopted and his sister was adopted and they have a beautiful family. And then when I was in college, I gave a baby up for adoption. So we had decided when we got married 15 years ago that we eventually were going to get this done and adopt and give back to the community. You know, it is full circle and we want to make sure that we're giving back like someone helped me out and helped out Mark.
It's all part of National Adoption Day.
We have the privilege and the honor and the satisfaction of finalizing adoptions for 98 children, I think 67 families, and it's great to be a part of it.
Most of the kids came through the Arizona Department of Economic Security. At any moment, about 100 kids in Tucson are still looking to be fostered or adopted.
Some of these children have not had permanency for 1 or 2 years, that type of a situation, before they achieve a moment like this.
Courtrooms were set up at the park.
This is a great day for many, many people, and it's very nice that this is put on for the families that are adopting and making a final change in somebody's life.
They're nice, they're awesome, they're good, they go and buy me stuff that I need, they spoil me, and that's all.
For Arizona Cat's Eye, I'm Jackie Kent.
And that's the latest edition of Arizona Cat's Eye, a University of Arizona School of Journalism news magazine.
For all of our stories and more, check out our website at azcatseye.com.
From everyone on the Arizona Cat's Eye news team,
thank you for joining us.